Hello, Pflugerville. It's me, Dennis. Today I'm with Gregory Harrison, who is running for mayor of Pflugerville, and you're looking for the endorsement of the Pflugerville Democrats. Is that right?
That's correct. Vote Gregory Harrington for the next mayor of Pflugerville. Thank you so
Thank you.
much,
Did
Dennis.
I
I
say
really appreciate
Harrison?
it.
Did I say Gregory Harrison? I meant Gregory Harrington. We'll make sure that
That's
we have
right.
that
That's
up there.
Trust me, you will not be the first person that's gotten it incorrect. I've had, matter of fact, even when the sheriff was in Greg Hamilton, I was literally getting phone calls for him. Like, ma'am, I'm not the sheriff. I'm Gregory Harrington, not Gregory Hamilton. Gregory Harrington. So you're not the first one. It's all good though. But I hope they remember it on the polls. There's only one H. There's only one
Exactly.
H, and it's me. Oh, Harrington.
So tell me, why do you want to become mayor? What is your, tell me a little bit about your vision and why you're asking for the endorsement of the Pflugerville Democrats in particular.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a politician by any shape, form, or fashion. I'm very aware of everything that's political, but I'm a community organizer. I've been doing this for easily shoot the whole time I've been in the Austin area, man. 28 years is how long I've been in the Austin area. I've been a citizen of Pflugerville for 27 years, man. I'm a big 50 now, but I built my house at the age of 23. And I want to be in a position to make sure that I am part of the change that I want to see. That change that I want to see includes public transportation that is affordable, put a nice big bold under and effective. We don't just want to have something that's affordable, but you can't be effectively to get to where you need to go, but we also don't want to have something that's effective that's not affordable. We got to have both. And I know that we can do it. And then my second priority is also making sure that Pflugerville becomes part of the Austin Community College District. We have been overpaying for education far too long. And they just need somebody like me that's going to do a good job of getting the people out that is impacting so we can first of all, educate them on why they need to get out. And then also make sure they get out. But the main reason, man, I hate to say it like this, but it's so true. The cows are gone from Pflugerville, but that cow mentality still remains. You just think about how crazy it is for me to say that about my politicians. Far as they concerned, there is no public transportation need. There are no riders who need to do it. The reason I'm in my car right now, I am Ubering, Dennis. I literally just dropped off three young people, picked them up in Pflugerville. Each one of them dropped, I know my part was easily $8 on each one of them. So that means all three of them, one way, probably paid approximately $14, $15. And guess what? None of them knew about the Fetch a Ride. The Fetch a Ride, first of all, is trash. I just want to let that be known unequivocally, but at least is something that people have right now, but it's horrible. The first part that makes it horrible is it starts out with $4. And you say, Greg, well, what's wrong with $4? $4 exceeds the national average of bus fare by at least $2. The average bus fare is $2 to $2.50.
Yes.
So out the gate, that's a horrible program. So then FetchRide pays the next $10. So once you exceed the $10, it's back on you. So if you're paying $20
Sure.
for that thing, you may be paying the rider, maybe paying $10 of that $20. So now a
Well,
regular
all right.
ride
Well, let me
going.
let me ask you that. All right, no question about it. And with all the apartments that are going in, and that we're going to be needing more and more opportunities to get it. All right, how are we going to pay for this? And what do you have a model of how somebody else of the size of Pflugerville has done public transportation that you're following or you're looking at? Because I know that you've thought of it in this way. Could you give me some background on it?
Oh man, thank you so much for that question. The first part is we'll fund it initially with some general obligation bond, but I'm estimating that that bond will be paid off by the $2.50 fare within $2 to $3, 2 to 3 years. The idea is not the idea is not something that is unique. Cap Metro has a pickup service right now. They only charge $1.25. It comes to your door and they pick you up and take you to the thing. So it's nothing I'm doing that's unique about this. But what they do is they'll pick you up from your destination, your door, and take you, potentially plug you into their existing program. And
Right.
so like a bus ride or a train
Right.
ride,
It'll
whatever, plug
take you to
into
the transit center. Yeah.
exactly. Where since we don't have that, I'm proposing door to door. And the more important thing is that we don't have dense populations anywhere in Pflugerville. You have apartments here, you have apartments there, but even those apartment buildings are pretty spaced out. You know what I mean? So over time, maybe the next phase, we can add like a big bus going up and down the main highway, 685, 1825, Pflugerville Parkway, Grand Ave, whatever the case may be. But right now, 100% door to door. And we're essentially going to be, it's 10 buses. That's all it is. 10, when I say buses, I need to correct that. 15 passenger vans, one driver plus 14 passengers, right?
Right.
So 10, 15 passenger vans rotating 16 hours in the daytime for all 10 and overnight 5, right? And of course, if the need grows, then we'll do that. Now, the model that's hard to find is that I'm asking Pflugerville to have this as its own department. And the reason why that's so important is because that allows us to control our expenses. Once you bring in a private entity, once you bring in a transit system that already exists, you just the pricing is, you can't control it.
We've
You
seen
know
that
what I
with the
mean?
ambulances. We've seen that with the ambulance here, exactly how it's
1000%.
served. All right. Let's segue. All right. So we have that and we do that with that bond and we do now talk a little bit about your other issue, which is why we need to pay tuition that is within the Austin Community College, and how is the difference? Because I had no idea that we were paying out of region tuition for that, and how do we make that happen?
So what's going on, and just for those who may not know all the details for it, Pflugerville is not part of the Austin Community College district. And so to become part of the ACC district, the citizens simply have to vote us in. And so it has come up and it's been shot down. It's come up, been shot down. And
Why?
so by
Why? Why? Wait a minute. What is the reason? What is the reason?
the voters just won't support it.
Why?
And
Why?
it's
What would
really,
be,
really
what's the
close.
negative? What's the negative to being in the district as far as you can see?
It's and I'll be honest with you, man. This is just I've talked to a few people, and those who are opposed to it keep saying this word forever tax. Yes, I absolutely want it to be a forever tax. So our children can benefit from the discount. Their children can benefit from the discount. Their children's children can benefit from and so on. And so when it comes down to this level of us taking care of our own, we have to. It's literally a $201 difference per credit hour. And you know the typical class is 3 credit hours. So if you're thinking about just how big of a gap that is, $255 for a class that somebody in district, and we're paying $858 for that same class because
No.
we're not. That's crazy. And so the right leader, and I'm gonna tell you, there was notions at this past meeting that there was support from my opponent Doug Weiss. That's actually not true. That's not true. And let's assume he did go out and push the narrative. It didn't work. It didn't work. So you gotta get once again the word insanity. Doing the
Yeah,
same
exactly. Doing
thing
the same things uh,
and expecting different
and
results.
expecting different results. Uh, Let me ask it at the end of this because I'm doing these in 15, and I'm doing it in a 15-minute segment. And if you'll do this again, we'll have a longer conversation as to what we're going to do. Is this your first political campaign?
This is my very first political campaign, but
What are
I
you
think
learning about it? What are you learning about yourself and learning of this opportunity? Because thank goodness that you're being willing to get out there and to do something. What is this first putting your toes into the water? What's this experience like, Gregory?
man, believe it or not, it's actually been pretty good. I think you know the reality of it all is I'm doing it for the people. My slogan is of the people for the people, and I'm getting a lot of encouragement because they know it's coming from a great place. People are donating to my campaign. They're giving me. I tell people I love good vibes and good prayers, and so I receive them, and that encouragement is making me feel like we got a real good chance of winning this race because, like I say, I'm coming from a place of the leadership is simply not doing it right. I 100% that they are completely out of touch with the people. And because of that, we're having policies that aren't positively impacting the people. And so I think my message is resonating with people who are just simply tired of the status quo, tired of politicians being in places that they're just not really helping the people. Every time, even this conversation, every time I talk about public transportation, you know, they say, well, this is what the city pays. This is the savings that the city pays. What about the rider? What about the person who's really needing the service? The person that's making $12 an hour and paying $20 to get to work. This is a real thing. This is my friend Jeremy. He's 19 years old, loves to work at a bakery that's in Pflugerville, lives in Pflugerville, but yet he has to pay $20. And the crazy thing about it, guess what the Fetch a Ride doesn't do? It doesn't cover him because he's on the outside of the Pflugerville the Fetch a Ride geo fence. And he is in Pflugerville. He went to Weiss High School. I promise you, stuff like that aggravates me to no end. And so I'm so extremely happy that you're giving me just a little more time to speak on it. And so the message I think resonates with it. I know people are tired of the same old, the cow mentality in Pflugerville. We're too large of a city to be not having public transportation. It's not a nice to have, it's a must have. And the Fetch a Ride is like a hobby when we need a job. It's like a power, you know, the little power wheels that we buy for children. That's what that is. Versus you need a real car. You gonna take the power wheel to work, or you gonna take a real car to work? That's what the Fetch a Ride is. It's a little power wheel toy. I just sold my daughter's little Barbie Jeep the other day. You know what I'm saying? She's 14. She don't need it no more. That's what this Fetch a Ride thing is. Just like I got rid of that, I want to get rid of the Fetch a Ride program.
Gregory, thank you so much for coming on today and for expressing your views. I'll send this on to the Pflugerville Democrats, and we will get an opportunity to talk again as you continue. Because one thing that I that I perceive in you is that there is no quit.
None. None, none. And this is one thing I promise I do. I'm gonna hit it. And I'm gonna go. I know we gotta go. I know we gotta go, Dennis. But you making me fired up again. But the one thing in this past week, we actually had a conversation on charter schools. This is the piece that blows my mind about this. I absolutely support charter schools. In Pflugerville, we have at least three, two that's physically inside of Pflugerville, and one that's right there on the edge. Basis, Harmony, which is where my daughter went to school for 9 years. She chose to go to traditional for, and she's now in Henderson for her high school. She decided she wanted to switch, and honestly speaking, she wanted to do cheer. So that was a real big determined part. Harmony didn't have cheer, and she's a gymnast, so she wanted to be, and plus she wanted to give it. That's our option. I support charter schools to the day I'm dead. He said, Doug literally said, charter schools are the bane of his existence. I'm like, so out of all these young people that's benefiting from charter school model, you're saying that it's the bane of your existence and you're opposed to them? More importantly, the Democratic Party is one to support the minorities the most. Charter schools were made for people who were failing brown and black communities. But yet, Doug White says is the bane of his existence. Charter
Well,
schools are the bane of his existence.
well, we will
And
talk
so the
more
reality,
about
yeah,
we will talk
appreciate it,
more
man.
about that because you've opened up a whole area that I'm going to want to talk with you about because
Let's go.
there are a lot about charter schools that I don't understand and what they're doing to how they're interacting with public schools and what they're doing. But we will have that conversation. Gregory,
I'm
thank you
here
so
for it.
much. I will send you a link as soon as we got this up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And everybody out there, vote for Gregory Harrington. I'm of the people, for the people.
All right.